Today I would like to discuss the preparation, properties and uses of ammonia. Dear students, myself Dr. Digna Varghese. Contents of the presentation is preparation of ammonia, properties of ammonia and uses of ammonia. Ammonia. It is one of the most common hydride present in the atmosphere. The ammonia found in the atmosphere is formed mainly due to the decomposition of bacteria, which is released from the nitrogenous elements from animals and plants. The IUPAC name of ammonia is azane. The chemical formula of ammonia is NH3. There are various properties of ammonia. Ammonia is one of the most extensively made chemicals in the United States of America and also in other countries. Laboratory preparation of ammonia. First method is by heating ammonium salt with a strong base. First reaction in this category is for a small scale production of ammonium salts are made to react with slaked lime to obtain ammonia. Here ammonium chloride treated with the slaked lime, that is calcium hydroxide, giving ammonia with water and calcium chloride. Another reaction, ammonium sulfate react with the sodium hydroxide, that is caustic soda, to produce sodium sulfate, ammonia and water. And the second reaction for the preparation of ammonia in lab by the action of water on metallic nitrides. Ammonia can also be prepared by the action of warm water on nitrides of metals such as magnesium. Magnesium nitride on hydrolysis giving magnesium hydroxide and ammonia. Calcium nitride on hydrolysis giving calcium hydroxide and ammonia. Aluminum nitride on hydrolysis giving aluminum hydroxide and ammonia. The prepared ammonia is dried by passing it through a drying agent. We know the common drying agents in the lab is quicklime, that is calcium oxide, concentrated sulfuric acid, phosphorus pentoxide and fused calcium chloride. These materials can absorb water, so these are known as drying agents. Fused calcium chloride is used as, that is anhydrous calcium chloride is hygroscopic. It is used as a desiccant. In our desiccator we are using calcium chloride as desiccant. Desiccant is a substance that can absorb water. But drying agent for ammonia is quicklime. Quicklime is the common name for burned limestone, that is calcium oxide. Other drying agents like concentrated sulfuric acid, phosphorus pentoxide, fused calcium chloride cannot be used to dry ammonia because they are react with ammonia. If concentrated sulfuric acid is used with ammonia, ammonium sulfate is produced. If phosphorus pentoxide is used with ammonia, ammonium phosphate is produced. And if fused calcium chloride is used with ammonia, an adduct is formed, that is calcium chloride ammonia. So these drying agents like concentrated sulfuric acid, phosphorus pentoxide and fused calcium chloride are not used as a drying agent for ammonia. Only quicklime is used as a drying agent for ammonia. Manufacture of ammonia. The process is known as Haber process or Haber-Bosch process. Fritz Haber was a German chemist. He got Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1918, and Carl Bosch was also a German chemist. He got Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1931. Haber process was an artificial nitrogen fixation process and is the main industrial procedure for the production of ammonia today. This invention is of importance for the large-scale synthesis of nitrogen fertilizers and explosives. In this process, it combines nitrogen from the air and hydrogen derived from the natural gas into ammonia. That is, nitrogen and hydrogen combines to give ammonia. In this process, the catalyst used is iron or iron oxide. Catalyst has promoted by using promoters such as potassium oxide and alumina or molybdenum. The reaction temperature condition is 450 to 500 degrees Celsius. The pressure varies from one manufacturing plant to other, but it is always high. That is, the pressure is about in between 100 to 1000 atmospheric pressure. Haber process here shows the flow diagram for the manufacture of ammonia through the Haber process. The nitrogen gas that is derived from the air and hydrogen gas also derived from the natural gas that combines in the ratio 1:3, and it is the mixture of nitrogen and hydrogen in the ratio 1:3 passed to the compressor first, and in this compressor 200 atmospheric pressure is used, and from this compressor it is passed to the reactor, that is actually the catalyst reaction chamber. Catalyst is spongy iron or powdered iron or iron oxide, and the catalyst is promoted by some promoters such as molybdenum or potassium oxide or alumina, and here the temperature condition is 450 degrees Celsius. If too low temperature is used, the reaction would be very slow because the reactants would not be able to acquire the activation energy for the reaction. So the optimum temperature for this particular reaction for the catalyst is 450 degrees Celsius for the better yield of ammonia. And in this chamber, nitrogen and hydrogen converted to ammonia, and it is passed through the condenser to the cooling chamber, and here the ammonia gas is cooled to liquefy the gas, and here the ammonia is collected as a liquid ammonia. If any hydrogen or nitrogen gas is unreacted, it is passed through this pump to again the compressor, and the process is repeated, and we will get ammonia by this Haber process. Physical properties of ammonia. Ammonia is a colorless gas with characteristic pungent smell. It is lighter than air, so its density being 0.589 times that of air. It is easily liquefied due to the strong hydrogen bonding between molecules. The liquid boils at -33.3 degrees Celsius and freezes to crystals, white crystals, at -74.7 degrees Celsius. Ammonia may be conveniently deodorized by reacting it with either sodium carbonate, bicarbonate, or acetic acid. Both of these reactions form an odorless ammonium salt. Chemical properties of ammonia. Some important chemical reactions. To discuss its chemical properties, that is its basic nature, precipitation of hydroxides, complex formation, action with Nessler's reagent, reaction with halogens, reaction with alkali metals, and oxidation with oxygen. First reaction is its basic nature. Aqueous solution of ammonia is weakly basic due to the formation of hydroxyl ions. That is, ammonia reacts with water giving ammonium hydroxide. That ammonium hydroxide can be slowly decomposed to ammonium ion and hydroxyl ion. So it is a weakly basic compound. It forms ammonium salts. Ammonia reacts with hydrochloric acid to form ammonium chloride, and it reacts with the sulfuric acid to give ammonium sulfate. Ammonia reacts with acids to give corresponding salts. Precipitation of hydroxide. We know ammonia is a weak base, so ammonia precipitates the hydroxides of many metals from their salt solution. For example, zinc sulfate treated with the ammonium hydroxide, it will give zinc hydroxide and ammonium sulfate. Zinc hydroxide is a white precipitate. Another example is aluminum chloride reacts with liquid ammonia. It will give aluminum hydroxide and ammonium chloride. Aluminum hydroxide is also a white precipitate, and when treated with ammonia with ferric chloride, it will give ferric hydroxide and ammonium chloride. Ferric hydroxide is a brown precipitate. Next reaction is complex formation. Ammonia behaves as a Lewis base due to the presence of lone pairs of electrons on nitrogen. It reacts with electron deficient compounds such as BF3, boron trifluoride, to form an adduct ammonia. In this, lone pairs of electrons donated to electron deficient boron trifluoride to form an adduct ammonia BF3. Ammonia can also donate electron pair on nitrogen to bond with metal ions. Here we are giving an example as silver chloride reacts with ammonia and form a complex compounds. In this, ammonia acts as a ligand. In this, lone pairs of electrons on the nitrogen that will donate electrons to the metal ion and forming a complex, that is diamine silver complex. And here the metal, it is a soluble complex, diamine silver 1 chloride complex, so it is a soluble complex, so it is a colorless compound. And another reaction is copper sulfate reacts with ammonium hydroxide. When aqueous copper sulfate solution is taken in a test tube, we can add ammonia in dropwise. First it forms a pale blue precipitate of copper hydroxide, and later we adding continuously to aqueous ammonia to this particular solution. It will converted to tetramine copper 2 cation complex in solution, that is having deep blue color. These two reactions, that is with the silver chloride and copper sulfate solution with ammonia, that is used for the detection of metal ions such as silver ion and copper ion in solution in the inorganic qualitative analysis. Action with Nessler's reagent. Nessler's reagent is an alkaline solution of K2HgI4, and it is named after Julius Nessler, a scientist. And K2HgI4 reacts with any ammonia or ammonium salts in an alkaline medium. It will give iodide of Millian space. It is reddish brown in color. Iodide of Millian space is actually the mercuric oxide mercuric amino iodide adduct, and this reaction is usually used for the test for ammonium salt in inorganic qualitative analysis. Reaction with halogens. Ammonia reacts with halogens, but the type of halogens and the reaction conditions determine the nature of products. Then if ammonia reacts with chlorine in a limited amount, it will give nitrogen gas and ammonium chloride. If chlorine is taken in excess, it will give nitrogen trichloride and hydrochloric acid. Nitrogen trichloride is highly unstable. If we are taking bromine as halogen with ammonia in a limited amount, will give nitrogen and ammonium bromide, which is similar reaction with chlorine. And if bromine is taken in excess with ammonia, it will give nitrogen tribromide and hydrogen bromide, and nitrogen tribromide is highly unstable. If we are taking halogen as iodine, the reaction will be different from that of chlorine and bromine. Here ammonia reacts with iodine to form NH3Ni3. This compound actually on drying, this solid will struck with something, even a feather, it will explodes and producing iodine vapors with nitrogen and ammonium iodide. This reaction is, you can see usually in any chemistry based exhibitions. Reaction with alkali metals. Ammonia reacts with alkali metals to yield alkali amide and hydrogen. First reaction with sodium metal, it will react to give sodium amide, that is sodamide, and hydrogen. And if potassium is taken as alkali metal, that is treated with ammonia, it will give potassium amide and hydrogen. Next reaction is oxidation with oxygen. Ammonia reacts with oxygen passed over a red hot platinum gauze at 800 degrees Celsius. It is oxidized to nitric oxide. This reaction occur at high temperature and in the presence of platinum, and giving nitric oxide and water. Uses of ammonia. It is used to produce various nitrogen based fertilizers as it increases the yields of crops. Nitrogenous fertilizers such as ammonium nitrate, urea, ammonium phosphate, ammonium sulfate, etc. It is also used for the production as a household cleaner. Ammonia is mixed with water to clean stainless steel and glass. It is used in food products as an antimicrobial agent. It is used in the fermentation industry. It is used as a refrigerant. It is also used as a pH adjuster in the fermentation process. It is used to neutralize pollutant like nitrogen oxides emitted from diesel engines. It is used as a fuel for rocket engines. It is used in textile industries. It is used in the manufacture of synthetic fiber like rayon, nylon, and also used in the manufacture of nitric acid by Ostwald's process and sodium carbonate by Solvay process. And ammonia is found used in inorganic as well as organic qualitative and quantitative analysis. It is also used as a non-aqueous solvent, that is solvent other than water. So these are some applications or uses of ammonia. Thank you for listening me.